Hi everybody, it's Michelle McCullough from SpeakMichelle.com. I am a speaker, a strategist, a success coach, and a serial entrepreneur. And today I wanted to talk to you about creating fabulous vision boards. Do you have a vision board for your business? I have always been a giant fan of vision boards, and I have had lots of crazy things happen to me because I have put them down on paper, visualized them, and made them part of my process. Now, there are all kinds of visualization techniques, and I'm not here to say that this is the best one or the only one, but this is one that has brought me a lot of success. And so I wanted to share with you how I use a vision board for my personal and professional life and give you some ideas about creating one of your own. Now, lots of people, there are lots of different ways to do a vision board. I love to do mine on a cork board so I can constantly update it, pull things off as they happen, and add new things. As you can see, I haven't pulled things off or added them in quite some time, but I like the principle of being able to add and subtract as I want. And that's why a cork board works great for me. I have great friends who use a poster board and they put all of their pictures up on a poster board and then they save those year over year or season over season to look back over on time and kind of use it as a scrapbook for their years. And they keep track on the back of all the things that happened and the dates that happened so they could see and keep track of the things that came to fruition. And that's also great. So if that works for you, great. But I want you to give a vision board a try because it's been really wonderful for me. And I almost use it as my annual business plan. I run a few businesses, and instead of updating a business plan every single year, I sit down and instead of writing New Year's resolutions, I put together a vision board. So this is a vision board that I created a couple years ago. Wanted to share this one with you instead of my most recent one, just to get some things started. And before I do that, I wanted to tell you one other story. So the vision board that I had just before this had a few other things on it, but one of the things that it had was a scanner. And I just put it on there, and I kind of had a flatbed scanner for my business, but it wasn't really anything I could use for personal things. I do a lot of scrapbooking and wanted to be able to scan old pictures to upload them on my blog or put them in other places. And I really wanted a scanner, and at the time couldn't afford it, and so I put it on there. And then 2 weeks later, I got a call from Kelly Anderson at Startup Princess saying, "Hey, I just got a scanner, and I wondered if you needed one." And it was just so crazy that I had just barely made that something that was a priority for me that I was working on. And then she called me and offered me this scanner. We did a review for Epson. They sent us a scanner to look at and to try, and it was fantastic. And I still have that scanner. And so it's just one of those little things that happened that I was so grateful for the opportunity that came about because I was really making it a priority in my life. This vision board encompasses a lot of things, and for me personally, my kids are at the center of what I do, and so I put a picture of my kids in the middle of my board, always reminding me that despite the other lots of business things that show up here, that they are the center of my world and the center of what keeps me going professionally. And so though that's not something that happens in the future, it always keeps me grounded and reminded that my kids really are the first and foremost thing that are happening in my life, and to make sure that they're involved in what I'm doing and that they're on board with what I'm doing as well. I also put the term mompreneur up here, which I don't love that term. Something about it doesn't quite ring a bell to me, but I put it there to remind myself that I do both, that I'm a mom and I'm an entrepreneur, and that there are ways that we can peacefully coexist. And that's just kind of helped me. This was, I wanted to go on a trip with my husband, and so I just put up this picture of an exotic location, and in February of this year, my husband and I got to go, all expenses paid from another company, for us to go to Mexico. We went to Cabo San Lucas and stayed in a very nice, luxurious resort. Aaron actually earned that from Novell. He was a member of the President's Club because he exceeded his sales quota. And so that was kind of a goal and dream that we kind of put together, and he beat me to it for paying for it. But either way, we loved looking at this and visualizing us together in some romantic, exotic location. That was a lot of fun. I put Startup Princess on here because that's one of the businesses I run. You can learn more about Startup Princess at startupprincess.com. We're an organization for women entrepreneurs, and I knew that they were going to be a central focus in what I was doing coming up, and wanted to make sure that I was dreaming for that. And a great part that came about this is one of the things that I wanted was to bring in bigger names and associate with wonderful women entrepreneurs, and we certainly have done that. This picture down here for customers ×2, this was for 2009. I put this up here because I wanted to grow my business, but I decided that I wanted to try something new and not have a money goal. The economy, as you know, had really taken a dump, and I was kind of nervous to make a sales goal that had specific numbers on it. And so I thought, what if I just doubled my customer base this year? And so I really made that my number one priority, was going to networking organizations, really asking for referrals within the customers that I already had. And that is something that I reached by September. So only in 9 months' time, I was able to double my customer base. I attribute a lot of that to BNI, which is Business Networking International. It is an association that focuses on referrals within members within that group, and I'm a member of the Pipeline chapter, and that was really great for my business. But I got some others as well. I put down here media is something that I wanted to get a little bit more of, and I was lucky that year to be highlighted by American Entrepreneur. They were doing a coast-to-coast interview series with entrepreneurs on a trip, and I was highlighted by them, and I was also interviewed by Entrepreneur Magazine and put in there. Since then, I've also been interviewed by HP Small Business and included on their 367 Addison Avenue blog and a few other things here and there. But it's fun to keep that on there, and that's something that I'll probably continue to keep because I love the idea of generating and visualizing media for me and for my business. This is the office that I want that I haven't quite got yet, but we ended up putting my second daughter, my second baby, my first daughter in our office, and so we didn't add any extra furniture. But this kind of goes along with my dream house, and so we're working on that. We're getting closer to our goal. Not quite there yet, but some things don't happen as quickly as 2 weeks generating things for scanners, and some things take a little bit longer, but that's okay. I'm not discouraged by that. I'll just continue to put this on a new vision board for us. There's this another one that I wanted to talk about. I knew that video marketing needed to be big for my business, and so I really wanted to get a camera. And no, it didn't come for free. Not everything comes for free that you put on your vision boards, but I was able to get one at a really discounted rate, and you're looking at me using that camera that I purchased for my business. And so that's really exciting. I'm excited to bring that in. I put this up here because I thought I wanted a storefront for my company, Doodads Promotional Products. You can learn more about that at doodadspromotional.com. But that's this business that I run right here. We imprint company logos on over 850,000 items. And I thought I wanted at the time to have a storefront location, but I've changed that mindset. So that's something that won't be continuing on in a new vision board. But it did help me think about really how I service my clients, how I do business with them, and how I service them, whether I am close or far away, whether I go to them or they come to me, but really being more creative. Especially in this economy, it's important for us to make sure that we are bootstrapping where necessary, and adding the extra expense and overhead of a location was not the wisest choice for me. So I have been working out of my home office and specifically meeting my customers where they need to be, and that has been really great for me. And so even though I didn't get that office location, I made the right choice for my business, and so I was grateful for that. So this is just an idea of vision boards. Some people put hundreds of items on their vision boards. Some people make vision boards with their families, so for summer vacations. Kelly King Anderson does that, the founder of Startup Princess. So she'll sit down with her kids and they'll clip out pictures of things that they want to do for the summer, and then they just keep track and to check them off their list when they get them, and that's a lot of fun. But what I love about vision boards is that our mind thinks in pictures, and it's good for us to help that along. And also, nothing is better than a visual representation of what I'm focusing on. So when I'm running around the house crazy, or I'm working hard on a business thing, it's easy to get me centered in the reasons why. Providing for my family, providing opportunities for my family, and providing growth are key for me, and that's all represented in my vision board. So just introducing vision boards to you. I want to give you a challenge to try a vision board. It can be very simple. I encourage people to do vision boards in an hour or less, and collecting all the materials, get a poster board, get some tape or glue, and pull some magazines out and start to keep track of those things. A lot of people are using Pinterest for vision boards now. If you've checked into Pinterest, I don't spend a ton of time there, but I know people who have one of their albums called Vision Board, and that can be their vision board. But I still highly encourage that you print those pictures off, put them up on a poster board, put them somewhere you can see them, and continually remind yourself about your most important goals and priorities. Until then, my name is Michelle McCullough. You can find more about me at speakmichelle.com. Sign up for our newsletter and get more great videos like this by becoming part of our group. Thanks so much, and have a fantastic day.